Hey everybody, ronarray here, and if you remember, I did a Demon Monk build in 0.1. So in 0.3, with all new changes, it's a perfect time to bring it back. So in this video, I'm going to cover my Arc Demon Form Infernalist League starter that got a huge buff that time around. Now, it's not disabling your weapons, and grants you more spell damage per Demon Flame instead of increased spell damage, which is a pretty big buff. You will also get lower life loss, which should be much more comfortable in the campaign. All of that will make Demon Infernalist an excellent choice for both the starter environment and the endgame too. Let's go further and I will explain how to level the build and what you will need to pick. Also, please keep in mind that that guide is currently work in progress because we still don't have complete tree. Please check out the guide both in the pinned comment and in the video description, and feel free to subscribe to the channel for more updates. I will try to keep that guide updated and add as much information as possible there. So now let's talk about leveling process. When you will just start, you will practically have only two good skills for yourself. It's like Contagion together with Unearth. So at the initial start, I recommend to run Basic Wound together with Scepter. So Scepter is going to give you additional Skeletal Warrior minions, and you will be able to get like additional spell damage, and if you will be lucky, even plus level to skills on your wound. That way, for Contagion, I recommend to take Unleash as your first support, and as your second support, you can take Swift Affliction. Swift Affliction is going to stack pretty alright with Contagion, and in the future you will be able to just change it to Essence Drain. For the Unearth, you don't really need any kind of supports, and you can run a basic version of it. Skeletal Warriors are here, so you can practically tank with them, and they will help you with some particular enemies, and will make your life a little easier on bosses. When you will get an Essence Drain, you will need tier 3 gem for it, so it will be a little later. I recommend to move Swift Affliction to Essence Drain and add Arcane Tempo there. You can also try to run Chain, but I believe like Arcane Tempo and Swift Affliction is usually more than enough. And since in 0.3 you will be able to use the same supports in different skills, I recommend to keep Swift Affliction in Contagion 2 for a little more damage, so Unleash and Swift Affliction will help you to clear enemies in general. For the Frost Bomb, you will be able to use something like Magnified Effect as a support while you're leveling to level 15. So you will use that combination up until level 15, when you will be able to just swap it to Arc altogether and use different set of skills to progress further. At lower levels, in terms of items, I also recommend to just focus on your weapons and use any items that you can get, so like movement speed boots and the rest of the items with like any stats like life and something basic like that too. Talking about your initial tree, it's pretty important that you will take increased spell damage nodes to the left for smooth start, together with a raw destruction. After that, you can go to Practice Sign to the right, reach Dampening Shield, and keep going to the right up until you will get Potent Incantation. A little further, when you will just repick to Arc, I heavily recommend to continue your journey to the right, take like Icon Flames and Icon Thunder. Since Arc is going to be a projectile skill, you will be able to use it together with a Flame Ball. So you will be able to just put the Flame Ball here and shoot your projectile arc through the Flame Ball. It will help you to ignite enemies, and that way you will be able to maximize the damage with bonus from Icon Flames. And since Arc is going to be projectile, another cool thing that I want to showcase here is Psychic Fragmentation. It gives you chance for spell skills to fire 2 additional projectiles. We're still not sure if it's going to work for Arc, but overall it definitely should. So after you will pick both Potent Incantation, Icon Thunder and Icon Flames, I recommend to go for Psychic Fragmentation, because that way you can maximize your damage and get additional chance to shoot 2 more arcs, which is going to be very good for your damage numbers if it's going to work. If Psychic Fragmentation is not going to work with Arc like at all, you can completely disregard that part and move up going to Lightning Quick. So when talking about later levels, when you will be close to a finishing campaign, I think your tree should look approximately like that, especially if Psychic Fragmentation is going to work absolutely alright. After that, we're just going for Lightning Quick, because that's an amazing node, it's going to give us cast speed together with lightning damage. And I think it's worth it to go for a Pliable Flash to get at least a little life recoup from basic damage that we are receiving. It will help us to maintain the life of our character pretty consistently. And going up top, we can also get like Patient Barrier and Ingenuity, since I believe for such combination it will be very comfortable if we can just stack Energy Shield in the campaign, because it's going to improve our survivability a lot, while our bonuses in Ascendancy improving everything else. And talking about the Ascendancy, the first node that I recommend to get is pretty much Demonic Possession. It will give you a demon form, you will be able to just use it consistently, and right after you will get 60 Spirit, you can just run Convalescence together with Vitality to get basic regeneration for your character. On top of it, you can also take Master Darkness a little later, so you'll be able to get like more Demon Flame and more damage in general. And after it, I believe that taking Loyal Hellhound for survivability and Bringer of Flame is probably the way. So first node is always Demonic Possession, second is Loyal Hellhound if you want more death and like a minion that will protect you, or Master Darkness if you want more damage. Third is going to be the one that you never took for a second option, and the last option is probably Bringer of Flame. I think in the proper endgame, there would be a point to maybe try and utilize Greening Immolation, because it's a very good bonus, and 50% more critical damage bonus for any crit-oriented build is absolutely huge, but it will be a little hard to protect yourself against Ignite. So it will definitely take time, and it's not going to be a thing in the first few days of the league. Instead, I believe that Bringer of Flame could be a normal option too. If you would like to get more life regeneration, you also have an option to go for Devoted Protector. It's taken only 6 points going to the left for Devoted Protector and Resilient Soul to get even more recoup and life regeneration. You can also take small nodes for additional life regen here. So later on, I believe, when you're passing higher than level 60, going here still making sense, even if you are wasting a lot of nodes initially. I think later on, when we will be able to just roll more regeneration on our items, we will be able to just drop it, but at level 60 it making sense. And after it, you can just progress up there, take the Pure Power, Electric Amplification, and even Power Conduction. Most of it is going to just improve your damage. Since Energy Shield is going to play a pretty decent role for the build overall, I think getting stuff for Energy Shield also would be recommended. So up here, I would say that taking Convalescence, for example, is a pretty good idea, because you will be able to have better Energy Shield regeneration that way. And you can also take more Energy Shield everywhere when you are passing. So for example, Inner Faith right here would be pretty nice, even if you're not going to run a lot of evasion. And to survive better, you can also get Subterfuge Mask later on at your helmet, because your helmet is probably going to have a pretty decent amount of Energy Shield, and Subterfuge can stack pretty nice with it. You can also check all versions of the tree in the guides that I'm going to link in the description and in the pinned comment. That guide also will be updated while the build will be progressed, and I will change all the info after tasting stuff in-game. Now let's talk about the swap to Arc. So approximately around level 15, when you will get tier 5 gem, you will be able to swap to Arc. For Arc, you can use Control Destruction together with Unleash at the start. After that, you can get like Arcane Tempo, for example, or even Inspiration as the next support. But your initial focus is going to be on Control Destruction together with Unleash, because it's going to give you a lot of damage. And you can also combine Arc with Orb of Storms while leveling. Orb of Storms is going to get triggered when you're hitting enemies with Arc. So for the Orb of Storms, you can run Controlled Destruction again together with Overabundance to place 2 Orb of Storms in one particular position. You can also add like Arcane Temple there as well, so it will be a little easier to cast Orb of Storms too. And since Arc is now going to be a projectile, you can also add a Flame Wall, as I already mentioned, to just make sure that your Arc is going to go through. So Flame Wall together with Spell Cascade or Fortress is probably going to be one of the best options for you. So I honestly prefer Fortress myself, but some people prefer Spell Cascade. Pick only support that will work for you the best. So that's pretty much the setup that you're going to use from level 15 to the end of the campaign. So just progress with Arc, put Orb of Storms here, and run Flame Ball all around. You can still use additional gems to support yourself, as I already showcased. And another very important part, when you'll have enough spirit, don't forget that you can get Convalescence together with Vitality. Convalescence will help you to regenerate your energy shield, and Vitality will help you to stay longer in your demon form. On top of it, you can also get Cannibalism when you have even more spirit with updated reservation, but choosing between Cannibalism and Vitality, I definitely would prefer Vitality initially. Same goes for the tree, so if you will have like a full circle here together with Vitality, your regeneration is going to be absolutely alright. You can also roll additional regeneration on your items. So for example, if you're going to get like energy related armor, you can always run basic regeneration right here as a suffix on your armor. So getting that regeneration on almost all items where you can get it is going to improve the time that you are staying in your demon form. And it's going to work especially good after you will get like Mastered Darkness and your demon flame will have a maximum. Just make sure that you have energy shield at the moment and enemies are not killing you when you're burning out and falling out of your demon form, because it's pretty important. That way, I recommend to get almost all items with like energy shield and take possible energy shield related bonuses in the tree as well. So like Patient Barrier, bonuses around Inner Faith, you're already taking Pure Energy together with Dampening Shield and stuff like that. To regenerate that energy shield, I recommend to use Convalescence together with passives that I already showcased and the Convalescence as an active spell, because that's how you're going to survive during the campaign, especially after you got Master Darkness. If you feel like your demon form is killing you too fast or too often, or you're dying too often because of that, you can always drop Master Darkness completely and just have Demonic Possession. That time you will have the maximum amount of Demon Flame and you're not going to burn out of your health completely. So if you will just follow that recommendation and will start as much life regeneration as you can, you will be able to receive a huge bonuses from your Demon Flame stacks even later in the endgame, and the campaign shouldn't be a big issue for you. I will try to update the guide when we'll have more information, and will probably provide a proper endgame variation of the build later on as well. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you will have an amazing league start soon.